let's prepare the brine. So we'll just put the ingredients for our brine here all together in this water. That's the sugar, that's the salt. We'll have bay leaf and the bit of garlic. And then we'll bring this to a boil. The purpose for bringing this to a boil is to dissolve the sugar and the salt. Oh, I didn't put the pepper in there. So we'll just bring this to a boil and make sure it gets it's dissolved. Okay, we brought the brine to a boil, so we make sure there's no more salt or sugar in the bottom, so it's all dissolved. So we turn it up and pour it in a container. I'm gonna let this one first. Okay, now we're gonna let the brine cool off, and we're gonna add ice cold water to it so it will cool off quicker. Again, we'll slice some oranges that we are going to put on our brine. I make good use of my old orange. Okay, and we will add maple syrup to it. You see maple syrup on all the brines that are made. Most of the brine recipe got that. And then, okay, I'm sorry. And then let's add honey. Well, this honey is not. But you add honey to that. Just add about 1/4 of a cup there. The reason for cooling off the brine is we don't want to cook our pork that we're going to soak in here. We don't want to cook our meat. So yeah, it's cold now. And then we put our orange there. That just add flavor to our brine. Make sure that they're all mixed together. And there's our pork belly. Just put it flat, like so. There. Just let it soak. Let me see if the other way is better. Yeah, there is better. No? I think that's the best way I could get it in there. Okay, and we'll let it soak for well, some say 4 to 6 hours, but I'm soaking this overnight. We're going to cook this lechon pork belly tomorrow. Okay. Okay, here is our pork belly that we brine overnight, and I showed you how we brine it and what is in the brine. And this morning we rinse it up, so make sure you rinse your pork belly after the brining because that is so salty. The brine has a lot of salt, and this is the trick to a moist and crispy lechon pork belly, brining it overnight. Okay, and after you rinse the pork belly from brining, make sure you pat it dry with a paper towel, both the inside and the skin. The skin has to be perfectly dry because that's another key to your crispy skin. Okay, now we're ready to put the rub on our pork belly. And in here I have salt, pepper, the basic seasoning, salt, pepper, garlic powder, and mushroom seasoning. And you just do this to taste, okay? But first, garlic is life, so I like to rub this pork belly with minced garlic. And garlic is good for you anyway. So there you go. Just put that all over the meat. And we put that first because that's the thing that gets into the meat first. And then we spread this mixture of seasoning that we have here. Just spread it all over.
What kind of seasoning is that?
It's I mix the garlic powder, mushroom seasoning, salt, pepper, and I just mix it together, so I just have to spread it once. Instead of spreading them each individually, I got them all together, so I only have to spread once. Oh, this is going to be delicious. I'm so excited about this. I had a friend in Texas that brined her turkey, and she gave me her brining ingredients, which is really so delicious on the turkey, and I thought it will be good for this pork belly too. There you go. So you just rub that in there. And then this is going to be the last. We'll do the onions. Just spread that thing. Maybe we'll have some left over here because it's going to overflow if we put it on all. Okay, and then we'll do our bell pepper. And on this one here, you could really put whatever you want to put in it, you know. I just give you an idea what I put in my pork belly. Lechon, because I see this in our lechon in the Philippines. We always have, when we go back to the Philippines, we always have lechon. So I'm familiar with what they put in it, so I just copy that. In the Philippines, they put calamansi in their lechon, but I don't have calamansi here in Wyoming, so we'll have to settle with that. And then we put our lemongrass. Oh, take that way, because that's how we're gonna fold it. Okay. And then we put our green onions. That's a lot of green onions here, I guess. There you go. I think that's pretty much it. And then we'll tie it. Now we're gonna tie this, and when you try to tie this, close this, you have to just enough to where it meets down there. And we need 2 people to tie this. It's just a lot easier for 2 people to do it. So Okay, this is what I noticed when they make lechon when I watch the people in the Philippines. They rub soy sauce in the skin. So I do that on my pork belly too. So and you just check in this water that we poured in there throughout the entire cooking process. Make sure it don't dry up. Okay, here's our pork belly lechon. Oh, it's so crunchy. You hear that? Oh, you hear that cracking noise? That's a good sound. Okay, look at that.